So I'm back with Melly and Tommy. I met you guys July of 2022. So in a few months, it's going to be 2 years that I met you guys for the first time. This is the second time. I was kind of wondering where you guys have been, but I didn't recognize you, Tommy, because before, when I met you first time, you had long hair. You got short hair now, huh? Short hair don't care or what?
Yeah.
So how have you guys been?
We've been all right. It's been a roller coaster, but
good.
other than that, we've been good. Yesterday was my birthday. Got to spend it with her and my family, so it was really great.
Happy late birthday. How old are you now?
21.
I met you guys when you were 19. As a matter of fact, Melly,
Yeah.
the day I interviewed you,
It was the day after, right?
the day after your
After my
birthday.
birthday.
And now it's the day after
after.
Tommy's birthday. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting when we meet up. It's always Tommy's birthday when we meet up. But you guys are telling me that right after talking to me, Tommy, your mom found you because of the video and you guys went to get help.
Yeah, like my mom had ended up seeing the video, and we had been in contact with my mom, but
We kept
like
our
in a
distance
minute,
from
so
them.
yeah, because the traces I was doing, so she ended up seeing it, and she ended up coming by and got a hold of some TV show called Intervention, and we had got the help from them, and actually me and Melly were a year sober recently, and we really relapsed recently,
January 13th,
a
we
few
got
months ago.
clean last year, and then we lasted a whole year. No, I was a whole year sober. I was a whole year sober. January 13th, I relapsed. He was on January 13th, got sober. He did 3 months in a treatment. He came back home. He was sober for a while, about 2-3 months? 3 months, the longest?
Four.
Okay, so he did 4 months sober at home, and then he relapsed, and then was out and about out here in the streets again. I was still doing my thing, still sober at home. So obviously he relapsed, he was out and about. He got locked up, he got sober, he came back out, and then he only lasted a week sober. From when he got locked up, he came back out, and then he was out and about. I didn't hear from him for a while. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go look for him. I'll get his ass back home.
Yeah, because
So he would
I kept
hide himself from me. He would avoid me.
because I didn't want to drag her back out here to what I was doing, and so I kept my distance and I stopped talking to her and everything, because the thing I didn't want to do is drag her back out here with me. So what she did was
I came and I
come
found
out here and find
was
me.
looking for
She knew
him.
where I was, and
I found his ass, and I was like, hey, let's go home. We went home. We went to his mom, which was before Thanksgiving. So we were home for a week Thanksgiving came around. So then obviously we're gonna have Thanksgiving with the family, whatever. So we went. He was still good. We went to his sister's to do a Thanksgiving dinner, and then that's when the next day we came around to the area again, and that day he got locked up. They got him here. They just literally recognized him just by the way he looked. So they got him. They took him in, and obviously I went back. I called his mom and said, hey, they took him, and I went home to his mom's. I was there for a week by myself and waiting for him to come out. He obviously came out clean. He was doing good. We were both doing good. He came out within a week, and that week he was, obviously we both kept each other going good. And then that's when we started with, hey, let's go get something. I was like, let's
go
get
visit
high.
the neighbors.
Yeah.
We both started off. Let's just go say hi. What's up? See how everybody's doing, because people had thought I was dead, and people just start rumors, a whole bunch of stories of me being dead or she being dead, and just a whole lot of different stuff. So we decided,
we thought it would be cool to come over too, because we were both sober and we were both looking good. We were looking good. He was looking fresh, and he was like, dude, I want them to see how you look. Because I was a whole different person. He's I want them to see you.
She's beautiful like always, so it's I wanted.
I was like, oh.
We just wanted to come out here and show people if we could do it, they could do it. And we overstayed our welcome in the area, and that's when we slowly started.
We obviously just came for a day, and we came for a day. No, we only came for a day. We went back home, and then came back and some other time, and then we came coming back like with little visits.
That's when we started smoking, like,
yeah.
Okay, let's do a little bit, it won't hurt. And it started, routine all over and all over. Like what I would do if, like, to anybody out there, if y'all get sober.
You were working too, remember? You were working. He was working when he got out that time, when he got locked up, the day after Thanksgiving. He came home and whatever. He obviously had a fine to pay. He had, he's on probation as well. And so, obviously, he had to get a job. So, he got a job. He was going to work. He was doing everything while I was at home waiting for him. At the time, that's when he was at work.
And I just had some, like, issues, not me wanting to listen. Just me making dumb choices.
Yeah,
getting
hard-headed.
High while at work. And...
That's how it started slowly when he was working. It was when he started working, because he started getting the income. Yeah. He had that little bit of cash on him, and then, hey, let's waste a little bit, just a little bit, and then so obviously that's how it started with, having the cash on us. So he was working for a while. We did that good until obviously I started, and then that's how it started. I would be at home, and he would get something. He would get like probably 4 or 5 of them, or sometimes it's just 2 of them. He'd like, here, so you can, won't get sick. And so I was like, no, I'm not gonna get sick. I'm good. I don't need it, because I didn't need them at all like that.
And then at that time we're going to the methadone clinic too.
And so I was like, I'm good. I don't need it. And so I was good until it got worse and worse every time. Obviously, it got to a point where
here we are today.
To the point where we were up for like a week, when we actually like officially got stuck on them, that we were officially doing them like constantly, and we were doing more than usual, was when we stayed up for a week, and we were just smoking back to back. I was like, no, we can't do it. We can't go back onto that trail. We had to get back up, and we tried to, but it wasn't. It was hard already, huh? There, we were already hooked. I had told him, I was like, hey, we got the methadone. I was like, hey, we gotta go. I was like, the methadone helps a lot, because when we were barely starting to use, we're as well doing the methadone clinic. And so if I had my methadone, I wouldn't feel any withdrawals if I didn't have anything. So I was good. And so now that I was hooked, that I noticed I was hooked on them, and I was trying to do the methadone, it was a little harder, because I was like, I was actually like withdrawing, and I wasn't able to like, the methadone wasn't working in the same way anymore, and I was like, oh no, how am I gonna do it? And he's like, let's try it, let's get back onto it, let's see if going higher with the dose will work. And it worked a little bit, huh?
But the thing is that altogether, like, we relapsed after the year, and it's a roller coaster. It goes up, it went up and down, but it's where we are today. And all we can say is the wrong choices we thought we had control over of being an addict is we couldn't, like, coming around the same neighborhood. If you're sober and everything, anybody out there, honestly, what I would say is, don't go back to the neighborhood where you were using that.
Go back around.
You're not missing out on anything. None of the people out here care about you or really miss you like they say they do at the end, because all it is, they want you to be in the same spot they're in, and that's all they want to see. And now that's either up to you or if you're strong enough to do it. But all I can say is stay away from the old people you hang around with. Stay away from the neighborhoods you be around. It's not healthy, and that's what we did. We messed up, so we wanted to go visit to say what's up, and it happened day after day after day. We kept coming back.
It became from one day to another day to the whole rest of the month, and then from the rest of the month to every day, and it was just like, oh no.
And it's just being around all of it, like right after you're being sober and stuff, it just, the smell brings you back. just people being around like, oh, you're thinking like, oh, I miss this fun, and really it's not. It's not. It just gets worse. It's worse this time than it was the last time.
And sometimes it's like, you might be like, oh, I can control it. I learned how to, not let the drug get to me. I learned how to use how to like control my thoughts, obviously, because you learn that in treatment. But really, no. You might say, oh, it's just a little bit. I got it. No, it's gonna be before we used to say it was a little bit, and then it went from a little bit to a lot. And like we said, we were gonna control it, and we thought we were gonna do the same thing again, and then nope, it did not happen.
And anybody out here that says that, oh, they're happy that you're clean and respect, they'll also be like this. They'll feed into you.
Yeah.
Like the devil does blessings, and the devil comes to you, so does God. Yeah. The higher power, whatever, like whoever believes. It's the same way he does blessings and puts stuff in front of your face. So does the devil, and the devil does the same exact thing. And that's the way it wants it to be. They want to drag you down. They want to put you down. And it's either up to you.
Whether you let yourself get dragged down.
You be weak to let it control you, or take over again, or you be strong and you don't. And honestly, what I can say is, if I was to do it, of course she's gonna do it. Like automatically, like if I'm gonna do it and she's right here next to me, she's like, okay, he's doing it, I'm gonna do it. And that's how it started, and it just, not that we let each other down, but we let ourselves down. And this is temporary. We did it once. And if we could do it, we did it once.
We can do it again.
For a whole year, we could do it again.
Absolutely. How was it being on that show, Intervention?
It was fun. It was fun at first.
It was an experience. It was a real experience. And
it was a blessing. It was the biggest blessing I can get, because I don't know if I mentioned to you that I'm not from here. I'm from Mexico. So really, it's very hard for me to find help where I can help that I can get
with no social,
with
and like
obviously not having insurance or stuff like that, and the stuff that I need that is required for treatment. Sometimes I can get into treatment, but it's not gonna be the best treatment, obviously it's not. And so we needed something that was gonna really help. And so for Intervention to come give us this help and offer me this help, and they were able to get me into a treatment center under a scholarship. They were able to get me on a flight out there. They were able to take care of what I needed out there. But everything I needed was taken care of. Obviously, I was so grateful for it. If it wasn't for Intervention, I wouldn't have gotten that help. There wouldn't have been none of me going to California getting treatment, or getting even sober. So it was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it. The recording, it was something new. It was a new experience. We both had an experience. Obviously, we've always wondered how it was behind cameras. So we obviously had the experience.
But then I looked at it like, all of that for me to do this again is like,
it hurts. It hurts because we do see it. We're like, damn, all that for nothing. We did all that for nothing. I was like, but I tell him, we all make mistakes. All we could do from now on is just learn from that mistake and fix it.
It's temporary. I told her, the sickness again, all that, it's all in our head.
Yeah.
And it's we did it before, like I said. We're going to do it again. It's temporary. And
relapsing is part of the process, the journey of addiction, right? Sometimes people need to relapse once, 2, 3, 10 times. It's that 11th time or at 12th time when they stay clean forever, right? So it's a process. It's not a destination, right? It's something you battle with for the rest of your life, okay? So don't feel disappointed. Don't feel like you let people down. You can't celebrate it, but it's a mistake. You acknowledge it, right? You'd rather not be here, but you're here because addiction pulled you back. So you already know you can get clean. You already know you can do it. You just have to do it again.
Yeah, and the main thing that what shocks me a lot, and look back on it again, is before she came out and found me, she was already messing up on her own. She was out with her friends, drinking, and doing what she does, slowly getting back into addiction on her own. And it's crazy how, like, we ended up back together, and it's not like, I don't mean to say like if it's a good thing or not, but we're back together in addiction together again. Like, she was messing up on her own, and I was messing up on my own. And it's crazy how, like, we just got brought back together to
help each other,
and it's just I don't know, it makes me think a lot, like, God put us back together to take care of each other again, or
God does things for a reason, but He works in mysterious ways. Cause like I was after we had separated from rehab when we were going to treatment, and I got out of treatment. He got out of treatment. I decided to do my own thing, and he did, like, for him to go his own way, you know. So we went together, and what's it called? For some reason, I don't know, something was just like I wanted to go look for him. I was like, dude, like, it was, I don't know, it was meant for us to get back together. We were like on and off though during that time, and so what's it called? I was all like, dude, it's a blessing that we were brought back together, you know, because I don't know, it's just crazy. Because who would have knew we would be back together? Like, a lot of people be like, you guys are still together. You guys are still together. I was like, we're still together. I mean, on and off, but we've gotten through so much things that have happened throughout the time.
There's one thing that's very concerning, and you mentioned it, Melly. Basically, you don't have papers. If you get arrested, they take you in. There's a chance that they'll deport you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big chance that they're not gonna ask you. They're not gonna ask Tommy. They're not gonna ask your mom, because you're over 18, no papers, you're committing crimes. Boom, they just send you over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we've been staying out the way, and like, we both keep each other out of trouble, and that's why I've been doing, like, handling my probation, make sure everything that's all good, because if I go to jail, then boom, she's out here by herself, like, and I don't want her. I want none of that to happen, and she handled everything she had to handle, so we're just helping each other stay out of the way, to where, like, we don't do nothing dumb or anything to get ourselves in a situation that we don't need to be in.
No, but last time, so before, I had actually gotten into problems with the, with the law. Obviously, we got locked up together, and what's it called? That was my first time getting locked up. It was it wasn't nothing serious. It was more of a misdemeanor. So it was nothing that serious. So I had a warrant. I got locked up for that warrant. Got out. Obviously went back in. No, got out. Had another court date. Had a warrant. Didn't take care of that warrant. I never got locked up again. That's when I went to treatment. When I went to treatment, I had to take care of those things. So obviously, me having that warrant, I had to fly back. I drove back. My mom went for me. Came back out here just to take care of that warrant. So I did handle that warrant, everything, took care of it, cleared it up. What's it called? Obviously, my record's cleared. Yes, since I don't have papers, it is a risk, but I also was a victim of a crime. So I'm also fixing papers right now. So my mom was able to find me a lawyer that was able to take my case in, and the process is going good right now. Right now that I'm out here, I try to, like, avoid getting into any problem. I try to even, like how I used to make money, I don't boost anymore. I don't, I try to stay as low as possible. I try to avoid anything that can cause me to get into trouble, because if I get into any trouble with the law, I can ruin the process of my immigration for them to give me my papers, And so it's gonna take some time. Right now, it's gonna take a while, but right now I'm waiting for the lawyer. Already got everything done. It's already sent through to immigration. Immigration just has to say approve it, and then once they approve it, they send you a permit, and that permit is for me to be here and to be able to work here. And so once I get that first, after that comes in the green card.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Yeah,
but,
that process is going good though, but yeah, it's getting there.
Okay.
But
Little by little.
a little by little, but I'm great. That all that's happening just because of that one intervention piece. So I'm grateful for all that.
When is your episode on intervention coming out?
It should be coming out anytime soon.
Within a week
Within
from
a week
now
from
to
now.
next month.
Yeah.
And no later than next month.
Yeah.
Within the next 30 days, your episode
Yeah.
should be on intervention.
Yes.
Got it. So I'll be tuning in to go check it out and go watch your process of, basically the intervention they did, right? It's kind of like a surprise for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
And
It's interesting. Me personally, I wouldn't watch it myself because I don't think I would be prepared to watch it.
same
Yeah.
goes for me. I'm not.
You're not gonna watch it?
No, I don't think so. No.
You feel embarrassed or?
No, it's just like not embarrassed, but like it's just gonna be like damn all of that, I don't know. I just wouldn't.
Kind of feeling bad?
I don't want to watch it yet. I'm
You're
gonna
not
watch
ready.
it, but not yet. It's not the time. I'm not ready to watch it.
Okay.
But I will get to it to where I get to watch it, and so we'll see see how I feel after.
Okay. So, Melly, Tommy, it was really nice catching up with you guys. Again, it's almost 2 years that I talked to you guys for the first time. I wish it was under better circumstances, but I'm really happy to hear that you guys were clean for a year, and only recently did you guys relapse. But I look forward to seeing you guys get better again, okay? We're gonna stay in contact. I'm gonna give you my card with my number on it so we can stay in contact, and you guys can give me an update to see what the plan is, what you guys want to do, and because I know you're not gonna be here forever, because
It's temporary.
it's just it's one page in your book, right, that you guys are writing. So thank you guys very much. Stay safe. God bless. We'll talk soon, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.